But Durias definitely succeeded where I failed. He is going to take a mulligan already, but he stuck with the kind of blade archetype. And so I was originally on black-white blade for quite a while, and I couldn't quite get that deck to work. Or that's not totally right, actually. I did get it to work, but I couldn't get it to keep working. After MH2, I thought that Reverse Familiar was an easy shoe-in, and then you add a little bit of artifact synergies, and you're off to the races. But the meta had evolved so much, especially with the advent of Gruul Stompy and Gruul Stompy and Broodescale. The traditional tools that the deck used to kind of grind opponents out just weren't nearly as effective as they once were. So it's nice to see Durias kind of stick with the plan where it's a white-black based kind of mid-range deck. He's going red for some card advantage and some direct damage, some more removal spells, which is nice, and speed removal spells. So I like kind of what he's done here. He's stuck with it, and he's gotten some pretty good results so far. Hopefully those good results continue into this match. But Rocky going on green-red. This could very well be Broodescale here. This does scream to me a bit of a Broodescale opener. Utopia Sprawl, just kidding. Maybe it's Gruul Stompy? Utopia Sprawl definitely indicates Stompy. Unfortunately, I can't really pick that up, but it is red. He did choose red. Which I think you almost always choose for your Utopia Sprawls, is just choose red. Alright, Durias can the old turn 3 Thread Inspector. Can I just create the clue and then pass? He's got a pretty reactive hand here. It looks like he's got mostly removal spells. Removal spells in a Deadly Dispute, so I think he can afford to play pretty patiently here, where at the end step he maybe just crack his clue, or he can Deadly Dispute the clue to draw 2 instead. If Rocky has a removal spell, he can dispute the Inspector in response. I definitely enjoy the hands where you get to where you have lots of options to your opponent's plays. So 1, 2, 3 mana, 4. This is going to be Eldrazi Repurposer. 2 mana, actually. Excuse me? Surveil? Is that Circle of the Land Druid? I believe Rocky played the Haste Lifelink dog. Alright, so Durias is going to Deadly Dispute the clue. I would look up that green card, but I actually don't know what it is. I actually don't know if I can recognize what that is. Alright, here comes Tithing Blade. I have Rocky sacrifice a creature. That was not Circle of the Land Druid, by the way, otherwise Rocky would have had to mill. It might be the one where whenever Rocky creates a token, he puts a 1/1 counter on it. 1 or more tokens. Tithing Blade again. The treasure he used to cast second Tithing Blade, and then pitch in Rocky at 1. So Durias finally getting some value out of those Tithing Blades. Two targets, 2 hits. And here's Repurposer. All right, so this is some sort of Gruul Stompy list. Or no, it's Jund Stompy, it looks like. Because, I mean, we just saw the black card, right? So it looks like Rocky's missing some land drops, though. Here comes Galvanic Blast. Shoot the Repurposer. He's got a whole slew of artifacts. Yeah, more than enough to deal 4 damage. Galvanic Blast will finish that off. Rocky has an additional Eldrazi spawn now. And yeah, here comes Familiar. You're going to tear up the board and tear up the hand. I know what that card is. Rocky's starting a Duskshell Crawler. Puts a 1/1 counter on a creature. Puts a 1/1 counter on a creature, and creatures with 1/1 counters on them have Trample, which is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet tech to combine with the Writhing Chrysalis. Because sometimes Chrysalis just kind of gets chumped for a bunch of turns in a row and can't actually deal the killing blow, but Trample really solves that problem. Another 2 from... I mean, Rocky's got like 5 mana here. He's got a lot of mana for sure. Malevolent Rumble. See more of Rocky's deck. He's got another one of those hands. He does have Sadistically. Okay, so this is some sort of Jund Broodscale variant. Rocky trying to break the meta. He's playing a bunch of cards you wouldn't expect to see, really. But what does he take? Does he leave the Glee in the graveyard? He's going to take Glee. He's going to put Rumble, Gorehound, and Generous Ent in the yard. Durias going to fetch with his MH3 Pauper Legal Fetch land. Get a swamp. And untap. And here comes Familiar again. Make Rocky discard another time. Gonna discard the Glee that he just got off of the Rumble. And then come in for 3. Swamp Cycle, the Troll of Khazad-dûm. Rocky needs more mana. I guess he's a little choked on colored mana right now. He has no black source. And so there is the black source now. The Jund part of the deck is online. Yeah, put the card in hand, draw a card for a turn. Durias got a pretty convincing board state here. But down to 1 card, he's going to need some action. Just passing back. This might be Durias' chance to block 2, Deadly Dispute 1 of them. Use the mana from 1 and then actually, I guess his Utopia Troll's on black. Durias just passing back after his attack. Only chipping in for... he's still chipping in for 4 damage in the air. Rock only actually mitigated 1 damage from the Favorite Inspector. Because Scions certainly don't have reach, nor do they have flying. Rocky passing it back again. Not a sign of strength from Rocky, gotta be honest. Picking up a cast down there, very good. And I think with the texture of Durias' hand, there's no point in him transforming Tithing Blades and going shields down for an extra 1 damage a turn. He's firmly has the 5 damage clock. But I mean, he could have transformed a blade and put Rocky into check, which is either answer the board or die next turn. But Durias can take it slow. He might have a lightning bolt or a Galvanic Blast in his hand. We don't know the exact contents of his 3 cards. Well, we do know that one of them's a cast down if you saw him draw it. All right, Rocky doing a pretty dramatic draw for turn there, which usually indicates, like, I need to win right here. Colony Garden, make a plant. Where's the plant token? All right. Cast down the plant. And Rocky's just going to scoop it up, but Durias did, in fact, have Galvanic Blast there. And that is enough to clean up the game, and now Durias is 1-0. All right, so Rocky's going to be in the play this time. Durias not mulliganing at all, so both players keeping their 7. Coming into game 2 here. Rockies Artifact Hate is probably in some form of Ancient Grudge, I imagine. Could be Gorilla Shaman. None of those cards do anything to the Drossforge Bridge, though. The indestructible lands do dodge the non-white Graveyard Hate. Deglamour, though, is certainly an option that Rock could be playing. The old shuffle the thing into your owner or into its owner's deck. Here comes the white card, and now all of a sudden, full set of colors for the Mardu deck. And the old turn 2 Refurbished Familiar. You know, the Burglar Rat sure has come a long way, hasn't it? Because, I mean, that's just a Burglar Rat that has an extra power and also flies. Kind of cracked when you think about it. Not that I was playing Burglar Rat before this, but certainly playing Burglar Rat now. Rocky discards a land finally to the old Burglar Rat Premium. Just plays a force and passes. Giving Durias lots of time to do whatever he needs to do, but 2 damage, the first thing on the docket, and then 2 mana for an Ichor Wellspring to draw a card. Looks like Durias missing a land drop, not where you want to be. Still not where you want to be. Unfortunately, I'm going to go shields down. Going to actually de-glamour the Familiar. Interesting. If I was Rocky and I saw that Durias was short on lands, I almost certainly would have hit the bridge. So let's bring up de-glamour. De-glamour. Choose target artifact or enchantment and shoves it into the library. Yeah, I certainly would have started attacking Durias' mana base, I feel like, since he's clearly hurting for lands here. But I think it's going to be Dispute, draw 3, make a treasure. Where are the lands? All right, Durias technically found a land, although it is a colorless land that fetches for a basic. But you know what? At this point, a land is a land is a land. And I think Durias has too many cards in hand, so he might as well play something. We'll play something. Otherwise, I think he's going to discard a hand size. But he might be afraid of maybe Rocky comboing off or something. I'm trying to find this Hound card. I think it's a Hound. Hound. Alright, we're down to just searching up dogs. It's not that dog. Dogs. Let's jump down to the black dogs. Not this far. Banehound? No, Snarling Gorehound. There it is. How come I couldn't find Hound off of off of the Hound search? So it looks like Galvanic Blast. Or no, Rocky or Durias just does go discarded. Another Deglamour on the plane or on the Ancient Den. Durias gets untapped. Still missing land drops. I think he's pretty priced into trying to kill this Brutescale here. Kill Brutescale. So at least Rocky has protected on that turn, but Rocky did not have the protection, so. But yeah, Snarling Gorehound, pretty good card in Brutescale. So when you combo off, as long as you have some form of card draw, you can dig for the win condition card. And then you're laughing. Malevolent Rumble. Snakeskin Veil, Tamiyo, Safekeeping. Make a spawn. So 2 protection spells, can't take those. And then the options are Generous Ent and Writhing Chrysalis. Gonna take the Ent. Ent, kind of a land drop. Kind of, sort of. Durias just a fistful of cards. Yeah, see, I think if Rocky had deglamored deglamored 2 lands by now, I think this would be easily in his favor here. But maybe deglamoring the Familiar was just, enough, has bought enough time. Because, I mean, Durias, I guess, still has no pressure. Those are the land. Thank you for drawing lands. Get a clue. And then just illustrate the clue. Durias wants to draw some more cards. There's another land. Ancient Den. Didn't want to play Vault of Whispers. Wants to play Ancient Den. But unfortunately, Glinthawk, not really a viable play right now because there's no artifact to bounce except for your lands. And clearly, Durias needs those. So I think I'm confident in saying that Rocky's on Broodscale. We're going to read the question mark. All right, there's another Broodscale. And just going to pass it back over to Durias. Durias certainly has cards in hand. Attack for 1. Deals 1. Rocky, not afraid of a 1/2. Durias thinking about the Vault of Whispers, yeah. Now, does he just jam? Yeah, there's the Obsidian Acolyte. Obsidian Acolyte, very fun card. Obsidian Acolyte. Obsidian Acolyte. Protection from black, target your construction from black, live turn. So the fun part is that it doesn't say target creature you control, it just says target creature. Unfortunately, Durias only has 1 white. There's Snakeskin Veil. Does he have an answer here? No. And now Rocky has the combo, I guess. Rancor. That gives Trample. I believe that's GG's. Trample is certainly enough to win the game, so Durias is scooping it up. There's nothing in the rules that say that you can't put more cards in your deck. It has to be
shuffleable by hand.
Yeah, shuffleable unassisted. It says not by hand, but unassisted. Unassisted.
Is a card shuffler
and assistance? I don't know.
Because now I'm thinking about Battle of the Wits.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I believe that rule is specifically because someone came to a tournament with a Battle of Wits deck.
Well, they had like the entire, like, almost like a blackjack dealer.
Yes. Yeah. And so because of that event, Wizards was like, fine, here's the rule.
They actually built that, so the guys that brought it in were judges.
Oh, yeah.
They knew about the problem, and they brought it to them. They're like, we're not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
This is a non-issue. They made it an issue.
Yes, they forced the problem, which I think is the way to make rules come into effect. You force the issue to happen.
Yep, laws written in blood.
100%. The blood of tiebreakers and...
and draws.
Yeah.
And people having shit to do.
Yeah. I got time. Yeah, I saw a fun video about something that happened in Yu-Gi-Oh! Once, where there was a card where...
I heard about this.
Yeah, where it like forces a draw.
Yeah, and then the way draws were decided as winners in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is whoever had the most life points.
Yes.
And so they would always...
In like a sudden death, like last 5 turns at the end, whoever has more life points wins.
Mm-hmm.
So they had that,
so
yeah.
There's literally a card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Called Sudden Death.
Yes.
Or sorry, the emergency button, like it kills them.
Yeah. So they would stall until they got to time, and then they would sideboard They would like transform sideboard, fog effects, and burn spells.
Yeah.
And then just do that.
Game.
Yes.
So it'd be like the swing, that's it.
Yeah. I gain some life, you lose some life. I fog you for 3 turns.
We're done.
Game over. It was pretty funny, and then they banned that card because so unfair. I had a break. It was pretty great. But again, Durias unfortunately feeling the burn of the rocky sideboard cards and not seeing the lands he needs. The 64 card deck rearing its ugly head. But here comes first familiar. Please discard a card, Rocky. Rocky has extra lands, actually. He's flooding out. Now we're going to bounce using the Glenhawk. But this time, Durias does have pressure, so Rocky does not, in fact, have all the time in the world to try and win the game. He's currently under a 4-turn clock with these 2/2/2 flyers. But drew a bunch of cards. Rocky's in at 5 mana. That's a lot of mana. Rocky only has 1 mana up, so Rocky can Durias only has 1 mana up, so Rocky can pretty safely try to go for Gleescale combo with protection. All right, here's this guy. Here's Writhing Chrysalis. I'm gonna look up this 1 or more tokens card, because I'm almost certain that's what that is. 1 or more tokens. One or more tokens. Where are you? 1 or more tokens. Oh, this is too many cards, I think. We're also gonna go counter. 1 or more tokens counter. Because you're supposed to make counters when you make tokens. I can actually sort this by Pauper legality, which is what I should be doing. Pauper cards only. Okay, better. Wow, I cannot find this card. You're just gonna have to trust me on it, I guess. We've looked away for too long. Looks like Durias killed that thing with a Galvanic Blast before it got too big. And he's just gonna keep bouncing and replaying discard. Rocky can't have cards forever.
Once I walked over and you were like flames, and I was like, oh, you must have
Discard a Tameo Safekeeping.
No, I'm just, it's
On tap draw. One, 2, 4, 5. 6. Troll of Khazad-dûm. You know what that card does. It's basically unblockable. Troll of Kaz. Troll. This guy. Troll of Khazad-dûm. It's a 6/5 and it's got to be blocked by. It's got Super Menace. Durias just hurling his flyer straight into Rocky's Writhing Chrysalis. Not afraid, but Rocky eats their first familiar, and then Galvanic Blast finishes it off. And here comes Synth. Here comes Cast Down. Cast on the goal on the guy. And that's it. Rocky is going to call it quits, and Durias takes it there, 2-1, taking the game 3. Very nice, very nice. Look at that. Nintendo Martendu 64. Let's go. Let's frickin' go. All right, and we are off. Clara is on the play. Looks like he is Odd Madness, bringing Durias for 1 with the new damage lands from Thunder Junction. Here comes the early looting, turn 2. Draw 2, discard 2. Let's see how bad it gets for Durias here. So here comes the Kitchen Imp. Kitchen Imp. There's Kitchen Imp coming in for 2 more damage. 2 more damage. Looks like Clara threw away an extra land there that he didn't need as well. So at least there's no snackers in the yard. But now it's time for the old 1-drop. It's Navigator's Compass. Gain 3 life. Turn your lands into other basic colors. And then Familiar. Bit of an awkward card in this matchup because Clara kind of wants to discard things. So if Clara like throws a snacker away, which I mean, I guess Durias kind of knows that it's probably safe to play snacker because... Or to play Familiar because Clara like discarded a land. I mean, they didn't really have anything better to discard. So I think there was something free to discard in that turn, really. Now we got two power flyers staring down each other. Depends if Clara's interested in trading or not. Nope, he's just gonna lightning bolt that rat. And then Carnarium bounce his pinger land and hit Durias again for 2. Durias back down to 18. Back to 20 momentarily thanks to Navigator's Compass. Another land, so we could see a Skyfisher bounce Compass, replay Compass, gain 3. We could also see Thraben Inspector. I think also Durias has a. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's going to be Inspector, make a clue. But it does look like he has another Reverse Familiar in hand. But I think he's playing it smart here, where if Clara has mana up, he doesn't want to be giving him free discards. Ping Durias for 1. I'm shocked it's taken Wizards this long to make tap duels that deal 1 damage to your opponent. They've made the tap duels that gain 1 life for the longest time, but now we have deal 1 damage. Vampire's Kiss. Drain Durias for 2, make 2 blood. Here comes Thraben Charm to blow up the imp. Durias just wanted this imp dead. Thraben Charm. And here comes tapped Rustveil Bridge. Ooh, and there's the snacker. So that's kind of what you're afraid of when you're playing Familiar in this matchup, is that sometimes you just give your opponent a free outlet to discard the cards they want to discard anyway. But it looks like it's now going to be Skyfisher. Yep, pick up Navigator's Compass. So another reverse bolt in the wings here for a little gain, and we'll gain a little bit of 3 life. Durias just biding his time here. Navigator's Compass. Navigator's Compass. Gains 3 life when it enters. 1 mana artifact, gain 3. And here comes another imp. And the snacker comes back. Discard imp, discard well, they're an Epicure, and then passing it back over. Thankfully, Skyfish does a pretty good job of just gumming up the sky there. The 3 toughness. Honestly, the best part of that card being a flyer with 3 toughness is kind of sweet, but 2/3 specifically happens to catch a lot of opposing or a lot of popular Pauper flyers. I have a hard time dealing with core Skyfisher specifically. It's a pretty strong card. And that's like a Wellspring for another land. Durias running out of gas here. Plays land per turn. No mana left for Clue. Just 1 mana Glinthawk, bounce Compass. Interesting. Not going to bounce the Wellspring to try to draw a card. Just going to gain life and try to race Clara here. So now Clara's free to trade with the rat, but now he's just going to eat the Thraben Inspector. Makes sense. And then take 4. 17. So pretty even game here. Clara with a couple extra cards than Durias right now, and those bloods are going to make sure that he stays ahead in terms of card selection. In terms of their Vampire's Kiss, just Heartcast. Or sorry, not Vampire's Kiss. This is Alms of the Vein. No. This is Vampire's Kiss. Yeah. The other one is Alms. The Madness one is Alms of the Vein. So again, a little 2-point life swing. Or 4-point life swing. 2 from Durias, 2 up on Clara. Durias going to sacrifice his Valiant Glinthawk to the Kitchen Imp and take 2 down to 14. Ooh, and I believe that's a Reckoner's Bar, or a Deadly Dispute for the whole draw 3. That's exactly what Durias want to see off the top there. Very, very good. Don't forget your treasure. Yeah, there you go. Get that treasure in there. Alright, just fixing his bill lands that he wants to tap. He doesn't want to tap all of his red sources here. Navigator's Compass, gain 3 life, up to 17. Clara's like, I can gain life too. Can you? Skyfisher, pick up Compass again. Play Compass with the treasure. Another 3 life. Very interesting. Durias putting a lot of emphasis, a lot of value on gaining life. He wants to keep his life total healthy because, Rakdos Madness is like a kind of a, it is certainly an aggro deck, and it's kind of hybrid burn, hybrid like weenie kind of deck. I mean, it plays a bunch of kind of small flyers, plays a bunch of pretty efficient burn spells and damage dealing spells, life drain spells. Now Clara, I guess we know what Clara's on. We can change the question marks. Another Galv Blast gets rid of the core Skyfisher. So now it's kind of just both sides just 2 on flyer chipping in. Here comes Wellspring, draw a card. Cast down is good, although not super effective against the. Oh, whoopsies. Play Skyfisher, bounce Compass, play Compass, gain 3 more life for 21. Hit for 2. So again, Durias not valuing the card draw off of Ichor Wellspring, just going to gain life with the Compass. I think Durias' plan here is not terrible. Is to just keep your life total high, and then eventually Madness should run out of resources. And then if your life total is high enough, they can't really close it out. So, all right, Clara gonna stack a blood here. Another snacker into the bin. And then that is the 3rd card drawn this turn, actually, since we've stacked 2 bloods. And then just gonna pass it back. Glinthawk's a good one. I think this is a pretty also safe Refurbished Familiar play. Because if Clara has something better to discard, he probably would have done so by now. And most of the Madness cards are 1 mana. So he could still Rakdos Carnarium for the corresponding mana, leaving the correct mana out for either a Kitchen Imp or a Fiery Temper. So I think this is a pretty safe, but Clara again just gonna Glinthawk, play the Compass again, gain 3 more life, up to 24. 24 here. Yeah, Clara just very, very happy to just gain 3 life off of all of his bounce creatures. And decides to hold back this time. Doesn't want to swing it. He's just going to hang out. So 2 Skyfishers still in the bin. I think Durias would be very happy to see the one of Omen of the Dead off the top of the deck anytime now. Anytime now, Omen of the Dead would be very good. All right, ping Durias for 1. 23. And just pass. Ooh, so Galvanic Blast makes things interesting. This is where Clara can attack with Skyfisher, bait the double block from Clara, and then go for the blowout with the Galvanic Blast. So play land. He's thinking about it. Yeah, I say now's the time to start swinging it with Skyfisher. You're ahead on damage. You don't have to trade your 2/2 or your. Yeah, there's a double block. And just gonna cast down 1. Dryas gonna save the direct damage, kills the other snacker. Galvanic Blast to finish off Skyfisher. Now, I guess what's nice here is that Clark still has 2 more clues, so he can still untap and then bring back both snackers on his turn. Or even on Darius' turn. But it looks like it's just going to be flashback looting, which, I mean, accomplishes the same thing. But digs a little deeper, keeps resources in play. Use resources in the graveyard. Whoa! Double Alms in the Vein. So that's a double Lightning Helix for Clara. And all of a sudden, Clara is not so low after all. I mean, we can see why Durias has been flickering or bouncing the Navigator's Compass so many times. Because, I mean, if he hasn't been, Durias might actually be dead by now. So I guess the man knows the matchup well. And it's kind of hard to deal with these snackers now. And being behind on life totals certainly hurts. Just going to pass. Passing, I feel like, is so bad. I think you have to attack, yeah, because you can't trade with the snackers. Because, I mean, with the 2 onboard bloods, like, you know the snackers are guaranteed to come back, right? I believe we see a Deadly Dispute from Clara. Or no, here's just another Vampire's Kiss for 2 more bloods and 2 more damage to Darius and 2 more damage up on Clara. Wow. This has been a back and forth game. Just going to attack with 1 snacker. Darius would love to swing with both, but he's forcing a trade, and Clara, I think, is very happy with the trade on one of the snackers. Cast down the snacker. He's like, well, these rule spells aren't really getting any better, so I might as well just churn them out. Which, I mean, Clara's threats are pretty much exclusively snackers and Voldair and Epicures, so it's not like Cast Down is any much better against Epicure than it is against Snacker, right? Like, at least Epicure doesn't come back, but it's like, but I mean, it's a 1/1 on the ground. Like, who really cares? So a weird battle of attrition here where, yeah, Darius' rule spells not really that effective. Clara just passing back. I think he fully intends to just trade and then double blood token to bring his snackers back on this turn. $15-13. What does Darius do? Can he afford to trade with a snacker? I was thinking Darius is going to just do the thing now. I guess he has to do 3 blood tokens here. Here goes Fiery Temper. Fiery Temper on Glinhawk. Got to pay an extra mana there, also, Clara. Ooh, here comes Omen of the Dead. All right, Darius did, in fact, find the Omen of the Dead. Very sweet. So next turn should be very impactful. There's Epicure, so I'm going to ping Darius for 1 and get another blood token. Another removal for Clara. But I think it's refill the board of Skyfisher time. Bounce Omen. Play Omen. Get back Skyfisher. Yeah, and then you can do it one more time. Another Skyfisher. And just like that, Durias is super back in this game with triple Skyfisher. Clara staring down a wall of creatures now that Sneaking Head is going to have a pretty hard time getting through. Alright, just using the blood conservatively to try and find action. And here comes Fire Temper. Fire Temper straight to Durias' Dome, down to 7. So if Clara can chain a couple burn spells here, I mean, Durias might be in trouble. He needs a way to link this Navigator's Compass again. But I don't know if he has one. Wow, that life gain earlier in the game has made such a difference here. Durias would be super dead if it wasn't for the Navigator's Compass, straight up. Omen of the Dead. Pick up Glenhawk. Play Glenhawk. Pick up a Compass. Play Compass. Gain 3 life.
Yeah, and like even if I hit
Up to 10. Land. I think for Durias, you gotta swing in for 6. Cast down the Snacker. Get the Sky free. And here comes 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. Bring Clara down to 5, or down to 5? 5, yes. And Durias has declared check. Yeah. It says declared check. Clara has one hell of a draw step here to try to deal 10 damage. Can he do it? All right, well, step 1 is Blood Token. Discard Alms of the Vein. Drain for 3, back up to 8. Durias has 10 power worth of flyers here. Attacking with Epic here. Durias is like, yeah, well, block with my Glimhawk, I guess. That seems pretty free. Let's just do it. 7 is an unfortunate life total for Durias to be at if Clara's looking for the win. If it was at 6, it'd be much easier to steal victory from the Jaws of Defeat here. But the 1 extra damage, I don't know if Clara has the resources to actually... Sazakap's Brew. Pretty sure Durias has no cards in, or no, he has some cards in hand, but he's basically F6. He's like, yeah, do whatever you want to do. I got no action. Discard a land, draw 2. Or discard a land, yeah. Discard a land, draw 2. So he needs like land, discard spell, alms to technically live. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 to put him to 11. Put Durias down to 3. And he needs discard spell, alms. He needs untapped land, discard spell, alms. because land Vampire's Kiss isn't enough. It looks like Clara is scooping it up. Durias takes game one. Yeah, oh, they're talking about it? Yeah, all right. Durias tried to talk him out of it. Be like, you're not technically dead. Oh, Galvanic Blast. Galvanic Blast off the top. All right, so there is no road to victory there. Durias just had the W. All right, Durias on the draw here. Looks like he kept 7. Clara had to go to 6. Not happy with his opener. But turning with the black and Nihil Spellbomb. Clara was very upset with the Core Skyfisher over the dead loop. He had enough of that, which is pretty funny. I don't think Durias really has any other kind of graveyard synergy in his deck, so that is purely for that. It's very funny that Omen of the Dead is only one card in his entire deck. Yeah, Durias has no other graveyard synergy outside of specifically Omen of the Dead. There's no other cards in the entire list that do anything in the graveyard. That's so funny. Clara hitting him with the Vampire's Kiss, draining some life totals. Turn 1 Spell Bomb. Please no. I hate Core Skyfisher. Durias untaps his land upside down. Lamau. Fixed. Alright, no artifact lands, just regular lands. Thraben Inspector. Thraby baby. Passing it back. Clara, looks like Clara's digging for a land here. Oh, here comes Kitchen Imp. 2/2 Flying Haste. Pretty strong. No land though for Clara. He might be moving his lands over to play land. Yeah, here comes land for sure. Alright, it's a mountain. Crack another blood. Throw Snacker in the graveyard. Draw, reanimate Snacker. Lightning Bolt the Imp. Durias says, no. I've taken enough damage already this game. I would like to put a stop to that. Ooh, there is Arms of Adar, a card that we expected Durias to be bringing in this matchup. Great basic land choice, by the way. These are great for this deck. It looks very nice. And here comes Thraben Inspector, number 2. Hidden for 1. Put Clara down to 21. And Snacker. Snacking. Snacker snacking for 2. Snacker is smacking. Sneaky smacker, if you call it. And Deadly Dispute, one of the clues. Clue draws 1. Durias decides, actually, I'd like to pay 2 to draw 2 instead and get a treasure. And here comes Tapland. Arms of Hadar are not crazy good right now, so it's probably going to chill in hand for a little while longer, but 2 damage from a couple of Thraben Inspectors. Unfortunately, Durias' mana a little bit tight with the mono basic lands. The hard part is that a lot of Durias' bounce effects are white, and the cards that he wants to play, or the cards that he wants to bounce are also white. But he's limited by the amount of white mana he has, so he just has to pass a turn. Another Vampire's Kiss, so another, gets Fog Durias' last turn, basically, and gain 2 life, and drain Durias for 2. Fog never looks so good. Fog deal 2 damage. And then Dispute the other clue. Get another treasure. 4 treasures, dude. Nah, it's 2 treasures. It's two. All right, Third Inspector's gonna swing it again, I guess. Looks like Durias did side in Obsidian Acolyte. Very interesting. Not really the craziest card to be siding in. Kind of questionable, I think, honestly. But I mean, there it is. Obsidian Acolyte. Got pro black, I guess. I personally wouldn't have put that in, but what do I know? I've never. I don't play Martendu 64. Oh, Familiar with Clara's mana up. Little sad. Here comes Fiery Temper. What is Fire Temper shooting? Looks like Fire Temper just shoots Durias in the face. So, I mean, not the best reverse familiar I've seen today. Not the best. And for 2 mana, ooh, Smash to Smithereens to blow up the familiar and deal some damage. Smash to Smith. Smash to Smithereens. There it is. So the nice thing is that Durias, because he shoots his own familiar here, he actually saves 3 damage. Because Smash never resolves if the target goes away. And so just taking 2, going to 7. Unfortunately, Durias' life total not nearly padded as it was last game. Here comes another Fire Temper. 3 to the dome. Banana Blast for 4. Exactly 3 artifacts. And that is enough for Clara to take game 2. And that means we're going to game 3 here. All right, we're off to the races here. Durias is staring at a 2-land hand. I don't think it's going to keep. Looks like a pretty fine 7. It's got 2 tapped artifact lands, or 2 tapped artifact duels. Clara following up with a basic. Ooh, and another land for Clara. Very nice. And here comes Servant Inspector on turn 2. Nice. Very good. Sazakap's Brew. Discard snacker. I mean, that's a free snacker. But it looks like Clara might be short on lands here. It's only turn 2, so there's still a chance for next turn for him to still make his land drop for turn 3. But get the early snacker out. Very, very nice. Very nice. Ichor Wellspring. Draw a card. Another Thraben Inspector. Make a clue. All right. So Durias, a whole slew of artifacts. Putting Clara down to 19. And no missed land drops from either side yet. And 3 mana is kind of where they want to be. Here comes Vampire's Kiss to start swinging the life total back the other way. Vampire's Kiss actually gaining Clara life has been surprisingly relevant. 2 damage in the air to put Durias back down to 16. So it is a bit of a race, but a race that Clara is currently winning. All right, bit of an awkward hand. So what Clara can do is that he can do a little trick where he can float a mana. Just pick up play one hawk. Yeah, play Wellspring, or pick up Wellspring, play Wellspring. No 4th land drop, very sad. Put Clara down to 19. Looks like, ooh, no blood token. There goes another stacker in the graveyard. Uh-oh. Here come the fairies. And there is the Vampire's Kiss. Let's Kiss from another 4-point life swing. Durias cannot keep Clara under 21 life this game. Here comes 2. Does Durias want to trade? I think he does. I think I would. No, just gonna take 2. Clara got a slew of action in hand. Arms of Hadar not looking overly great here. And it looks like he's still missing land drops. So here comes another Glinthawk. Bounce this. Attack for 4. Clara down to 17. But for how long? Just gonna pass back, it looks like? Fiery Temper. Shoot Durias for 3. And here come the burn spells. Clara's gonna try to slam the door here before Durias can gain any more life. Haven't seen any Navigator's Compasses in these games 2 or 3, and yeah, it is now time to block with the bird. Durias with the full intention of Thraben Charming before these snackers can come back. Alms of the Vein, another 3, putting Durias into 6 with another Fire Temper in hand. It's not looking good. Bolt, down to 3. Another Bolt. Ooh, and looks like Clara will take the W. Just burned Durias out. Durias not able to find the life gain. Was never finding it. So unfortunately, Durias going to the 1-1 bracket. All right, both players have agreed. Here it is, the ultimate gentlemanly affinity showdown. Covey versus Durias. Cutting decks is for fools. Openers revealed. Durias looks like he's got a pretty good keep here. He's got a couple lands, he's got a couple spells. Covey gonna show the camera what he's working with there. Nice. Covey also got a couple lands, a couple spells. And Covey on the play, gonna just go tap land pass. And Durias gonna raise him with his own colorful land. There are powers combined. We are 4-color affinity. Green agreed to be the worst color. And here comes the first familiar of the game. It won't be the last. Between these two decks that play 8. I'm sure that it will continue. But there goes Cast Down. Just don't need the extra removal, I guess. And here comes red. Kind of have inverse starts here. Here comes Thraby Baby, making a clue. And Lightning Bolt the familiar. Yeah, keep the threats out. So Durias definitely on a kind of more mid-rangey strategy. Covey certainly playing a bit more of a control strategy. I mean, when your deck plays counterspell, you kind of have to go control, right? Hardcast Snacker. You don't see that every day, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. Looks like a perfect core Skyfisher turn here to gum up the air with the Snacker. Oh, just gonna pass? Just gonna pass. Hit Durias for 2. So Durias looks like he's gonna want to crack a clue or even Deadly Dispute. I think he also has another cast down, so that's also fine. He's gonna dispute his own little guy. Oh, Thraben Charm. Counter or exile the Snacker, yeah. That's pretty good. It's a removal spell that gets rid of everything here. Yeah, it has to do it in response to the trigger. Still figuring out when exactly that was happening. Covey summoning his land drops, 2 mana up. Another familiar, oof. Durias' hand getting a little bit ripped up here. Core Skyfish from the bin, that's so sad. But I think he has to keep, ooh, there's Ancestral Recall in black. Can he afford to take a turn? I guess the high roll here. Oh, he's gonna go Synth. Nice, hit a land, bam. And now gets to just, I don't think Covey's gonna trade with a Threadman Spectre, that's for sure. So that 1 damage is free. All right, draw off the Acre Wellspring. So now Durias is set up for next turn to do the old mono black ancestral. So Durias' only fears are like Spell Pierce, Metallic Rebuke. Could also, if Kobe can find a second blue source, Counterspell would be bad against on the Deadly Dispute. So that's kind of Durias' way back into this game after getting his hand tore up. Kobe's already Deadly Disputed his own card, letting him back in the game. Got a mitt full of gas. Tapping the blue is nice. Dispute own land. All right, definitely a sign that Kobe may be flooding here. Because, I mean, he does have a treasure that he now has a second treasure of. Decided that sacking a land was better than just sacking a treasure. Very interesting. There's Seed of the Synod. Yeah, I think Kobe is got more than enough land, or more lands he knows what to do with. Didn't keep up double blue, though, so Counterspell still out of the question, but Metallic Rebuke still very live. Not anymore, because now Kobe has, or now Durias has 3 free mana to pay for Rebuke. Draw 3. Draw 3 resolves. Tithing Blade. Yeah, all right. That rat's finally gone for good. I say that, but usually Grixis Affinity plays like Blood Fountain to recur threats. Ooh, just Galvanic Blast to the dome. Interesting. Kobe, no fear of this Threadbane Spectre. 1 damage a turn, just not a fast enough clock for him to even care about. So why not just Galv Blast you in the face? Another land for Kobe. Looks like another synth for another land. Durias hitting it for 1. I mean, only 16 turns to go. Durias just going to transform Tithing Blade, get that engine going. The old drain you for 1 every turn. Might be enough to outpace another Galvanic Blast, bring Durias down to 8. Kobe's red mana a little choked here. And so Durias at a dangerous life total. I don't believe Kobe has 2 more Galvanic Blasts, but if he did, Durias would be dead. Again, Kobe is sacking lands to draw cards off Deadly Dispute. One treasure, 2 treasure. Sack a treasure for Reckoner's Bargain. Draw 2 more cards. Kobe drawing all sorts of cards here. Does Kobe have a lot of discard effects for these snackers? He keeps drawing snackers, but he doesn't have a way to get him in the graveyard either. Meanwhile, Durias looking like he's on some sort of devotion brew with how many permanents he has on his side of the board just hanging out on the side there. Look at those artifacts. He got clues, he got treasures, he's got, and there's just Hardcast Snacker. The second Hardcast Snacker of the game. Not what I would expect from a deck playing Sneaky Snacker. But I guess the plan is just cast Snacker and use Deadly Dispute, and yeah, Deadly Dispute is fuel. Makeshift Munitions. I would cast the hell out of that card. Heck yeah. So now you can shoot the snacker. All right, I mean, one more damage. There's 14 turns to go. The world's slowest clock continues to chip away. This Raven Inspector is going the distance, wants to be a hero, trying to be a hero here. And another land from Covey. Remember, Covey has sacrificed 2 of his own lands this game already, so he should be at 7 by now if that wasn't the case. So certainly playing a lot of lands. Cast on the Samurai. Yeah, so, I mean, maybe some of you guys thought sack Samurai, shoot. Yeah, shoot the fairy. Shoot the fairy. Judge? Over there. Oh, right there. Over there. Hey, I don't need a judge. I don't need a judge. Right here. Here comes Sky Fishy, and here comes Glenhawk. Here comes the value. Oh boy. Here comes Cast Down. Cast Down probably staying in exile. Let Glenhawk pick that up. Oh, Galvanic Blast. Wow, Durias just popping off right here. Durias just popping off. How many cards was that? It was certainly a lot. Durias showing what happens when you don't sacrifice your lands to draw cards. Because your lands help you cast a bunch of cards when you draw a bunch of cards off your other cards. Cards. Covey at 8. 5/6 damage coming in. Also, munitions, just a lot of free damage as well. Munitions should spell defeat here. I think it'd be very hard. Again, Covey needs double burn spell to close the game out, and there's the scoop. Covey mulligan to 6. Looking at 2-lander, maybe double Great Furnace. Not the best. I mean, you've got double Great Furnace. I don't know if you can keep the blue card. Yeah, or no, he's got Great Furnace, Dross Forge, looks like. So yeah, no blue mana, but he's got red and black. And Durias, and he's got a turn 1 play. I think he might he's still going to, I think, fetch for the plains and set up for Dust to Dust. Ooh, Covey does rip the blue land off the top. But gonna go for the old Refurb Familiar. Make Durias discard. And there goes Refurb Familiar. Durias was like, you know what? If you're gonna make me discard, I will not make you discard. So I think Durias is looking for plains here, unless he plays one of each basic. No, there's plains. All right. So yeah, setting up for Dust to Dust. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, his... Does he not have 2 plains? I think his deck list only has one of each basic. Yeah. So yeah, he's got Ancient Den, sorry. He's got Ancient Den as his other white source. So, I mean, I'd be tempted to go Ancient Den double Threat Inspector. Yeah, let's see it. Boom. All right, Blue's Clues, baby. Detectives run the loose, solving crimes, making people do time. Can Covey solve the crime of? Can Covey solve the case of what's going to happen to his lands next turn? Ichor Wellspring, draw a card. But I mean, Durias might actually be more inclined to dust Familiar blue land. You know, keep him up blue, or he can try going for, or he can get Familiar black land, take him off black as well. right, here comes Dust. What are the targets? Take out the bridges? Take out the bridges. Durias has decided that racing is the method of choice here, is to just race. How many lands does Covey have? He's got double Great Furnace now. Gonna hum in for 2. So technically, Covey winning the race here. He will reduce Durias down to 0 before Durias reduces him down to 0. But Familiar speeds up the clock quite a bit for Durias. Covey pitching the black spell he cannot cast, staring at a Galvanic Blast in his hand, which is very castable and very 4 damageable. Now I'm interested I think if I'm Durias, I am interested in trading. And if I'm Covey, I think I'm interested in Gal Blasting away. Yeah, it still keeps the clock in Covey's favor. But here come the clues, drawn cards. More lands for Durias. There's red now. Lightning Bolt the Familiar. All right, now Covey has no clock. And Durias has another 7 turns till victory. Crack a clue, draw a card. It's the squad, baby. 1, 2 third structures deserve another. It's the 3 team. It's the 3 team. So all of a sudden his clock has increased quite a bit. Oh, Dust to Dust again, actually. And that is probably lights out for Covey. Oh, there's a land, so I mean, Covey's not going to throw in the towel quite yet. Durias looking to end this game very quickly, just zoom in. Bang, Familiar, plays discard. Yeah, that Geezer Retriever is not coming out anytime soon. So I think Covey was hoping that if he could at least get this Enforcer out, then maybe there's a chance. He's gonna play Blood Fountain. That does bring him closer to Enforcer mana, but this Flyer, ooh, and Gal Blast is gonna clean it up. Durias takes the W. Double Dust to Dust is just too backbreaking. Double Stone Rain, way too strong. Very hard to recover from. Well played, Durias, taking the W in the old 2-0 sweep. So, I mean, it's official now. Mardu clearly the better color combo than Grixis. Covey, just Breath Weapon for Covey, huh? No, he's also got some Pyro. Wait, why does Covey have Pyroblast? What are those Pyroblasts doing in there? Does he play Pyroblast main deck? I don't know what those are doing in there. What the heck, Cody? You silly goose.